Hello, I'm sitting here with Bulldog from Alliance, of course. Bulldog, how are you enjoying Kiev today?
I enjoy it a lot. I mean, I've been here for 5 times or something. I don't even remember anymore, and it's one of my favorite places to go to.
Do you still find new things, even though you've been here so much?
No, because all I do is go to the hotel and go to the event and to Mr. Cat. That's the 3 places I go to. So, yeah.
Did you ever check the shops along the road?
Well, I've seen the shops under the bridge and stuff like that, and I don't think there's anything I would want there though.
You know, it's like minus 5 degrees Celsius or something outside right now. I've been told that you do not wear a jacket.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Do you not get ill?
No, I don't get ill. I mean, I am one person who prefers the cold over the hot. You know, I much prefer winter over summer. And I am from Sweden, so I'm kind of used to it. And I don't stay out so long here anyway, so it's not a problem.
Okay, fair enough. Of course, you're at StarLadder. What were your expectations when heading into the tournament on itself?
I mean, since we're using a stand, I wasn't sure if we were going to do well or not. Like, I expected that. I mean, we can beat anyone. I think EG is probably the hardest for us, but everyone else I feel pretty comfortable with. So, I mean, I thought we could lose early or we could go all the way to the finals. So, I didn't know what to expect really.
And then how does having a stand-in affect you? Because this is not your first LAN with the stand-in, unfortunately for ESL. Also stand-in, better yet, a different stand-in. How is it playing with Ape Mother in this tournament?
I enjoy playing with Ape Mother. I mean, he's Swedish, so we have a lot of similarities, and you know, he's really nice and very vocal and so on. So it's really nice to have that kind of player. He's very good as well. He's an unknown player, but I still think he does pretty well. But we only had about 3 days of boot camp to play with him, so that's one of the worries that I had coming into the tournament, because we haven't been able to swim for a couple of weeks now because of Chessie, and he had some back problems. And then coming into ESL1, we had to play with another stand-in, so we had Hani, and then we only boot camp for 2 days or something like that. And then now Ape Mother for 3 days, so we haven't been able to practice much, but Ape Mother has been really good, so yeah.
Did you know him before he stood in for you?
I did not. I only knew he played for Team Coast, I believe it is, and that's all I know. I think he even is their carry player, not their mid player. So.
Do you feel like it? Do you notice that he is used to playing as a carry player indeed?
Yeah, I mean, the games we've played with him as more of a farmer like Viper and Necrolite, he's played very well. So yeah, I'm very happy about that.
Yeah, because you've actually, for the last few games, you've been actually playing mid. Now it's both times been Batrider, so maybe slightly hero dependent, but how are you enjoying playing mid?
Well, I mean, mid is fun when it's like a Batrider. I don't consider myself super good as a mid player right now because I don't really practice it. I think if I were to rotate to that role, I would practice a lot and I could be much better than I am right now, but Bat is pretty simple. You just go some and get some asses, and you just stack woods, and that's pretty easy, so it's fine for now.
So it's almost the same as offlane for you in terms of playing Batrider that way?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah, I would say so.
And are there any heroes, like, assuming you might be continuing on the mid role if Ape Mother keeps sending in and it works out that way, are there any heroes you are dreading to play mid?
I mean, to begin with, probably something like Def Prophet and stuff like that to begin with, but I could see after practicing some in pubs, it would be much easier. But right now, I don't think I could do super well with those kind of heroes. But yeah.
Do you feel like you have anything to say in terms of draft? Like, is it something that you do together, or, you know, if Loda says, well, you're gonna play Death Prophet and you don't have anything to say in it?
Oh, of course I do have a say in it. I mean, but right now it's mystery drafting. We switch a little bit, so right now it's mystery drafting. And I mean, of course, it's not only him drafting. We all give input and so on. But it's been working out pretty well. It's kind of hard to draft right now because we're switching mid players all the time. So that's one of the reasons we're not very consistent right now. Like the first day here, we played pretty bad, but the next day much better. So yeah.
Okay, and of course, I mean, you can't really prepare since you are playing with a stand-in, but is it then with the four of you that you kind of have like this go-to strat, maybe because you're unprepared, you have some gimmicky things prepared, you choose to go for maybe a bit of a cheese strat earlier than others because you don't scrim that much?
Yeah, I mean, we have like one or two, and one of them was like Magnus, and it didn't work out very well, so I don't know about those strats. We're just adapting to what's going on right now. We've found certain heroes to be very strong, and so yeah, just when you start a tournament and just playing a few games, you adapt very quickly to what's happening, what team is favoring what. So right now we've adapted very well, I think, because we've done so well the last few games. So we're just going to keep doing what we're doing, I think.
Okay, and as a team, it must also be very stressful to be playing with so many stand-ins. How is that affecting you at all in terms of team synergy and maybe how you deal with each other? Maybe anything that is, just causing irritations, perhaps?
Well, obviously it's difficult playing with a stand-in, but I mean, Ape Mother he's not very known, so he more or less looks up to us and he listens very much and so on, so it doesn't cause any problems. So I mean, now that he's been a bit more comfortable, he plays much better as well, so yeah.
And could you see him, I mean, if God forbid Chelsea's back problems consist, could you see Ape Mother as a fifth to your team?
Yeah, it's possible, but we don't know the situation with Chesty right now. Like one of the problems with his back is that he can't play a lot, which means we can't scream and he can't pub or anything, which obviously is a requirement. So if that doesn't heal, he's simply not going to be able to play for us. And then we'll see what options we have. Most known players are in a team right now, so and Ape Mother has performed pretty well. So we don't know. Maybe not.
It's a possibility.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, and even though you don't scrim as much, is there a team that you prefer scrimming over other teams, like a favorite scrim partner?
We've usually been scrimming C9, which I kind of hate because I really respect them as a team. I personally think they're top two in the Western scene. I think EG and C9 are the best, and now they're playing with Mag, which hurts them quite a bit because I think 1-7 is extremely good for what he brings to the team, and obviously Mag is also good, but there's not as much synergy. So yeah, playing C9, I mean, they're very, very annoying to play against because they're very smart. They're very smart drafters and how they play. Sometimes they try to be too smart and just trip on their own shoes and whatnot. So, but other than that, we scrim a little bit of all. Some random Russian teams, but mostly C9 to be honest. We haven't played Secret much at all. Few scrims, and Tinker we've barely played them. And other than that, it's like Empire.
Yeah, it was actually said in an interview I did earlier that both teams Tinker and Secret are actually scrimming each other almost 90% of the time, so that might be the reason why you don't see them as much. Do you think that's a clever thing to do? Like, do you do that with Cloud9 as well, just scrimming the same partner a lot of the times?
Yeah, I mean, I would say not as much as 90% as they do. We probably scrim like 50% of the scrims. Other than that, it's mainly Empire, maybe. Yeah, and some random Russian teams and whatnot.
Random Russian teams to pick up some unusual strategies, or? Yeah,
I mean, they have some very good ideas, and we've been beaten a lot of times by them, and they beat a lot of teams, like this Compass Gaming. They play really well, and they've like beat 5 Tier 1 team installed in their group stage or whatever. Like you can learn a lot from playing these kind of teams.
Okay, what are your expectations for the last day of Star Ladder? You can't say your own team. Like, who do you expect to see in the finals?
Alliance.
You can't say your own team.
Well.
Or who do you want to face in the finals? You can do that one too.
Who I want to face?
Because it is kind of a lame question because we already know the finalist.
Yeah, I mean, Secret is there, which again that surprised me a bit because I think EG is much better. I always felt that Secret is. I mean, they're good, but I don't feel like they've proven themselves. Not to me at least, but now that they beat EG, that was pretty impressive. So, I mean, playing against C9 tomorrow, I think we usually do pretty well against C9, and now that they have Mag instead of 1-7, I think it makes it a bit easier for us. I mean, we already played them, and I don't remember the game exactly now, but I think it was pretty good. And then playing against EG, which I think is our toughest opponent, that can be pretty hard, but it's doable. And then if we meet Secret in the finals, I feel very comfortable playing against them. We've played them a few times in scrims and a few official, and all the officials, we've beaten them. So if we get to the finals, I think we're going to win that.
What do you think at this point for Alliance is your biggest strength and biggest weakness?
Well, our biggest weakness is that we can't scrim and we have to use a stand-in all the time, so that hurts us a lot. And our strength,
Be confident.
I am carry. Our strength, well, we're kind of versatile right now. Switching roles from our course, switching me to mid and so on. So I think that helps us a lot, because a lot of times Alliance has been very, very predictable. And like the last game we played against Tinker, I think we won that game solely on the lanes. They were not expecting that at all. So I think that is our strength right now.
Well, thank you for taking this interview. And have you got any shout-outs to your sponsors?
Yes, shout out to Kappa and Dance Game and the Dongmeister.
To your sponsor?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, well, thank you for this interview, and have a good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Night.